Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 64 of The Endless Party. Today, we are going to be talking all about dreams and dreaming and dreamers and not DreamWorks, but just dreams. And what better place to just discover dreams and ambition than a college campus?
So that's what we did. We decided that we were going to go and interview just a plethora of college students and ask them what their dream is.
Yeah, so we seriously...
Turned out it was awesome.
It was super fun.
Really nice people. Apparently people were also very, very busy. Too busy for like a half a second interview.
Which is fine.
Long,
it's fine. They're
good.
living out their dream probably.
It's all good. I don't want to live that dream because they were very
super
busy.
busy. Anyways, it was a super cool experience where we just got to meet some people, and something that was super cool was just the diversity in the answers we got. So
yeah, it was great.
Let's tune into those clips.
So yeah, we'll turn to them right now.
Okay, hello everybody. Today we are at
Idaho State University, and we're going to interview just as many people as possible.
asking them one very important question.
And that's, what is your dream?
And the second important follow-up question, are you living it?
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Wish us luck.
Here we go. We'll see if people will talk to us.
What's the plan?
Okay, so the plan is that we're going to take this little stroller around and walk around outside and find people who look nice enough to answer the question. That's the plan.
It's a good plan.
So we're just going to start walking. Like, hey, should we try these people? Ooh, I'm getting a little stage fright. I don't know why. We just talked to our first guy, Corey. He's a surgeon.
super cool.
He
wants to be a
great
surgeon.
guy.
So
And he's
hopefully he actually goes through this.
I know, so
Should we talk to her?
yeah, we should.
She's across the street.
Let's follow.
Bummer, dude.
This is the important question. What is your dream?
What is my dream?
What's your dream?
That's a big question.
It's a big question. You could do anything. What's your dream?
I mean, I guess the most applicable dream I can think of here
cool.
is kind of like what I'm going for right now.
Okay, what is it?
So, I'm studying right now. I actually just got accepted into the medical laboratory science program.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool!
Thanks. So, long term, I'm hoping to get into medical school, and then I'm kind of leaning towards going into surgery. I want to be a surgeon and just help people, I guess. And
That is such a cool dream.
make a difference. Yeah, I've always wanted to, like, I don't know, I want to do something, make a lot of money, which is fun, but also be able to help people and make a difference in people's lives.
That is so cool.
So you're actually pursuing it.
Yeah, you're like pursuing your
Oh,
dream.
good for you,
Dude,
man.
are you happy?
Yeah.
You should be. That's
So
cool.
it's like I just barely got accepted.
Congrats.
So
When did you
thanks.
figure that out?
Last week.
Oh my
cool,
gosh,
man.
good for you. Well,
Thank you.
well, when you're what was your last name again?
Sedman, Corey Sedman.
Dr. Seven.
Dr. Sedman.
If I ever need a surgery, which hopefully I won't, I'll look you.
You're our guy.
Thank you.
Well, thanks, Corey. We appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem.
You can
Sweet.
check our. So cool.
Anyways,
Oh, my baby.
Miko, yeah.
Miko. Okay. So the question is, what's your dream?
Oh gosh. What kind of dream are we talking about?
Like, what's your biggest aspiration? What's your goal?
Well, I want to be a dental hygienist and
cool.
My dad's a
rodeo.
And rodeo?
Yeah.
Cool.
I want to raise my family in rodeo.
Cool. So I guess our other question is, are you pursuing it?
I am, yeah.
Yeah?
I've been rodeoing since I was 5,
So you got one aspect. What about the dental hygienist?
I apply in December to go in the
Awesome.
program, yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And that's it. That's the question.
Sweet.
Okay. Well, it was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, can we see you rodeo?
So this is McKenna. The question is, what's your dream?
My dream? That's a hard question. I don't know my dream. I really want to be a physician assistant. That's
Oh,
like my
really?
dream right now, so I'm in college.
A
And
PA,
honestly,
sweet.
Yeah, and honestly to have a family. I really wanted a family for as long as I can
Cool.
remember. So
Well,
yeah, that's
we
my dream.
just got these
Yeah.
two baby girls, and they are awesome.
Oh, that's super sweet. I love that.
So I guess the question is, you are pursuing your dream.
Yeah, I am, which is
good
the
for
best part
you.
about it. Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's it.
All right,
Thanks,
well, I can run
McKenna.
the class.
Go for it.
Thank you.
See you, McKenna.
Your name?
I'm Isabel.
Isabel. Here's fantastic, Isabel.
Thank you.
Okay, here's the question. What is your dream?
a doctor in the United. Okay, are you pursuing that dream?
Yeah, I'm currently, I would like to be a dentist.
A dentist. What? A dentist.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
he
cool.
is. Yeah, it's a good time. Well, good for you.
Thanks.
So, like, where are you in your degrees?
Well, I guess
Freshman?
yeah, I'm just
What
getting
up?
started.
You're gonna do it. I know it.
Thanks.
All right. Well, super nice to meet you.
Yeah,
What's
nice
the
to meet you too.
Yeah, that
You're
was
gonna
it.
do it. Pursue your dream.
Live it.
Live it.
I hope so. 8 more years to go.
Hey, dream is. What is your dream?
What is my dream?
Yeah. What's your dream? It could be anything, guys. It doesn't have to be school. It doesn't have to be about career.
Like your biggest dream.
What's your biggest dream?
Oh, my biggest dream is to travel the world.
Okay, that's
Oh,
super
well, that's
cool.
cool. Where are you from?
Boise, Idaho.
Boise, so you've traveled to Pocatello.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your dream?
I don't know. Career related would be become a neurosurgeon.
Oh,
A
wow. That's
neurosurgeon.
cool.
Yeah.
Dude, that's epic. Are we like by like a science building right now?
No.
No, the science buildings are over
Oh,
there.
okay. I've just seen a lot of doctors.
A lot of people want to be doctors right
That's
now.
cool. You guys are gonna do it. Are you living your dream right now?
Yeah, I've traveled a little bit.
Really?
Okay. What about you? Are you at least pursuing it?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. Way to
that's
go,
it.
Guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
See ya. I just stand right here.
I don't know what do I say?
Okay.
You know what
What's
to
your
say.
dream?
To be a clinical psychologist.
Clinical psychologist.
That's
Yes.
so cool.
Are you currently pursuing it?
Yes, I'm majoring in psychology.
Well, that's awesome.
Yes.
Good for you.
Thank you.
How far along are you?
I'm a freshman.
Oh, okay.
So
Hey,
not very.
You got a little ways to
I
go.
got
but that's
10
fine.
more years.
Oh, you
10 more? You
Yeah.
got it.
You got it. That's it.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Okay,
What was your
wait,
name?
wait,
Emma Stanley.
Emma Stanley. Nice
wait,
to meet
if
you,
I have a
Emma.
question, what's the...
All right. So.
Down or?
Oh, you're fine.
Dude, it looks cool. It's part of the vibe.
Okay. So we're asking people what their dream is. That's your question.
Is it rolling?
Yeah, it's rolling.
All right. My dream, I think, would be to open my own gym, be able to train athletes whenever, have all the means and the money to be able to do so, and have the equipment I need. Also be able to have a PT clinic. Other part of my dream is also to have a family, to have
What up? A family man.
to have kids, a wife, a home that we can have fun and have a boat. I'd love to have a boat.
Yeah, that'd be
That'd be
nice.
super cool.
Just be able to be close to extended family as well. So good job, good family, just a lot of love.
Man, that's awesome.
probably
That was
my
the best
favorite-
response I've
That's
heard.
my favorite one I've gotten.
Well, cool, man. So I have to ask.
Yeah.
Are you currently pursuing that?
I am. Yeah.
Oh, good
Oh
for
my
you, man.
gosh.
Trying to.
Yeah. What was your name?
Hudson.
Hudson.
Yep. What was
Nice
your
to
guys'
meet you.
name?
I'm Elijah.
Elijah.
I have another question. This will go on the way. How are you gonna so you're gonna become a physical therapist, then get the funds to open your own gym, and then
Right.
include PT in it.
Exactly.
That's cool.
That is the
That's
plan.
super cool.
Well, you're awesome, man.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the opportunity.
No, thank you.
Oh yeah, no, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Have a good one. All right. What's your name?
Gabriel.
Gabriel. And then we're just asking people what their dream is.
My dream is to take care of my family.
Take care of your family.
Okay, that is so
That's
cool.
the best.
That's
You and Hudson, man. You have great responses.
Cool, man.
So I guess,
How are you gonna do it?
yeah. How are you gonna do it?
Go to school, get a degree. I'm studying radiographic science right now.
What is that?
It's like MRI stuff, radiology.
Oh, cool, cool, cool.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So you're currently pursuing that
Yeah.
to be able to take care of your family.
Yeah.
Do you have a family currently?
Yeah. Well, it's like my parents. My
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you'll
Yeah.
eventually have your own family.
Yeah.
Well, man, you guys are awesome.
That's so super.
And there's Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel.
Where are you from?
I'm from Idaho Falls.
Oh, okay, not far
That's
from here.
so
Yeah.
Cool.
Good for you.
Well, thanks, man. We
Yeah, of
appreciate
course.
it.
That was cool.
Cool.
Thank you. You guys have a good
Have a
day.
good
Yeah, you too.
This is the question. What is your dream? Yeah, what is your dream? Biggest dream. Actually, it doesn't even have to be about like your degree, career, but like what
It
is your
can be
dream?
too, whatever.
It can be too, if that's your dream. Okay. What is the dream?
We'll do two dreams. Like one
Okay.
is I want to be happy, I guess.
Ah, that's a good response.
Pursue happiness.
Pursue
I
happiness.
respect that.
And then I'll do that like in a career, pursue my career.
There you go. I like
Ecology,
that.
that's what we're doing.
Ecology.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. So like, tell me about that.
It's kind of like outdoor sciences.
That's so so cool.
It's really weird and complicated when I start talking about it.
Is it like,
What do you do? And I'm like, dirt.
don't you like study like
Dirt. I do
like,
dirt.
Like
Like
the
dirt.
age of dirt and like
Sometimes. If you're a geologist, I guess. Yeah.
if you're a geologist, but you're an ecologist.
Yeah, so like
So
the
do you
stuff
feel
that
like-
grows in it.
Yes.
The stuff that grows
And the
in dirt.
relationship between that dirt and the thing that
Maybe the
grows in
animals.
it.
Wait, so like will you get to like spend your time like outside when it's your career? Like taking
That's cool.
samples, looking at plants and dirt?
Yep. Like right now, I work for the Bureau of Land Management, so that's like a federal government
Oh my
job.
gosh, cool.
I do a lot of outdoor things,
Cool.
a lot of also inside things.
A lot of inside things. Is it a lot of like paperwork? Yeah.
Yeah, bureaucracy. It's not a paper.
That's
Okay,
fair.
That's super cool. So you guys are just
What were your names?
I'm Katrina.
Katrina,
Emily.
Emily.
I have one more question. What's your favorite kind of dirt?
Probably the topsoil.
Topsoil. Okay, that's cool.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. We appreciate it. You guys are awesome.
I'm gonna get you a jar of topsoil for your birthday.
Okay, so they were super awesome, obviously. A lot of great people that we talked to. But what it was kind of cool is that it was at a college campus, right? So we had this experience where all of these people were actually pursuing their dreams.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, I believe.
Which made for a very uplifting video because every single person we asked, like, what is your dream and are you living it? They all could
was
say yes.
actually saying, like, yeah, I'm pursuing my dream.
Which is kind of cool to like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
absolutely. It was really cool. I would be interested to see, like, if we interviewed just average everyday people,
Yeah, just go into
just
a
to
different
see what the
setting.
difference would be.
Yeah.
But it was honestly, like, cool to just be surrounded by people that were striving to live out their dream.
And you could
accomplish their
like
dream.
tell they had a different aura about them. They
Oh,
seemed
yeah.
happier. I think the other thing that was super cool about this experience was also I just loved like the diversity in answers, which I kind of talked about before. But what was cool to me is that everybody's dream is different, and I think that's what makes like a complete world.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we have all the different occupations, all the different services that people offer. It's all because someone followed their dream.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's cool.
Unique individuals.
One of my
unique people.
It was cool to like that some were, you know, ecology majors and others were, you know, medical, pre-med.
Pre-med and everything else.
And so
it was really cool.
It was super
What
cool.
I actually really enjoyed about it was the fact that we had so many people that said they wanted a family.
Yes.
That they wanted to be a husband, they wanted to be a father, a wife, a mother. And I think, honestly, like, in my personal opinion, that there is no greater dream out there. Like, I don't think you truly understand the value of life until you have a family of your own. And just the unique, really dream that it is.
I was talking to Elijah this week and I was like, I don't think one thing that surprised me is how much I actually love being a mom. I thought I would really like it, and I thought
Yeah, you knew you'd enjoy it.
I knew I'd
for
enjoy
sure.
it, but I didn't realize just how much I would
I
love
mean, look
it.
at these guys. Look how cute they are.
But being a mom has been just amazing. So
There was actually a pretty cool, this is kind of a side note, just in terms of like being a family and living out your dream as a family. I actually heard it on a Joe Rogan podcast. I don't remember who he was interviewing, but the guy said that his friend gave him some of the greatest advice that he's ever received. And that advice was this understanding that, the advice was this understanding that whenever you start to lose it with your kids, that you become short-tempered, that you really just can't stand them, you begin to, you take a step back, you close your eyes, and you imagine that you are 80 years old, and that you have one opportunity to travel back in time, but this is the single moment that you can travel back to.
Oh, I love that. That's
Yeah,
cool.
and it was cool. It was just cool because then it just made you think like, oh my gosh, like how would I want to react in this moment of time
Right.
and be with my kids?
Oh,
But
that's cool.
anyways, it's kind of a side note, but it was cool to just talk about talk to these college kids and see how many of them wanted to be a father or how many of them wanted to be a mother. And to anybody out there, it's the single greatest dream that I've ever been able to live.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My favorite, I thought the most wholesome, my favorite person we interviewed was the nice young guy called Gabriel.
He was
and
really nice.
he was like, what's your dream? He's like, to take care of my family.
That's it.
And I was like, that's so cool. I was like, you're such a cool guy.
Yeah. So I just thought all of the answers were so unique, so incredible, really. And, excuse us, we're shifting babies. And I thought it was so cool because, like Meg said, they were just so unique. And so what we wanted to ask actually is like, what is a dream? Right? Like, really, what is it that, like, we aspire to? What is it that we want to accomplish?
I think for me, it kind of comes back to one of the songs I sing to our babies, and it's a Disney song, and it's from Cinderella, and she says, a dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. In dreams, you can lose your heartache. Whatever you wish for, you'll see. Have faith in your dreams, and someday the rainbow will come shining through. No matter how your heart is bleeding, if you keep on believing, a dream is a wish. No, a dream that you wish will come true. I like want to
You
sing
should
it.
have sang
I
it.
know. If I sing it, I probably could have like nailed it.
No, it's a beautiful song. And especially coming from, literally the guy who was the epitome of a dreamer,
Walt Disney.
I mean, his story is phenomenal, and we don't need to go into details on that because I'm sure most people know what he came from. But phenomenal things that, like, it just was able to accomplish so much and it started out as just a simple dream of a little mouse,
Yeah. A little mouse in a garage.
Just like these little mice. One of them just wants to stomp right now. So pardon us for all the interruptions in this podcast episode.
We tried to film this when they were napping, but that's not how today
That
works,
was not it today.
They wanted to be a
So
part
they're
of
going to
it.
be a part of it. And if we're talking about dreams and how we all want a family, like, they have to be.
They're a part of our dream, so.
Yeah. So actually, one of the things that we wanted to talk about too is that me and Meg actually had the biggest dream to be professional runners. We wanted to be Olympians. We wanted to go on to accomplish so much in our lives in terms of athletics. And in a very large and a real sense, we did accomplish
Yeah, we did
a lot,
accomplish we did accomplish a portion of that dream for sure.
Yeah. And so, but then what we realized is, I think you explained this better than I did.
So I think I think that the most influential dreams and the ones that normally come true are the ones that have just a deeper meaning attached to them. For example, when I was running, it was all about me. I wanted to run as fast as I could. I wanted to hit new records. I wanted to, go places. But that was kind of the meaning of the dream. It was just to see how far I could go. And that is not a bad dream at all. But what I've noticed is when dreams have a deeper meaning attached to them, for example, let's talk about the dream of us having this podcast. One, it's really cool to have a podcast and create content. But the deeper meaning behind this podcast is Elijah and I are hoping to influence as many people as we can for good. And because we're using our dream to better the lives of others is the hope, I think it gives us a larger drive to keep pushing through the pitfalls and the setbacks that we will inevitably encounter along the way. Whereas for me in running, I don't think I had figured out how to attach it to a deeper meaning, and so I think that's partly why the dream didn't end up working out, which is okay. But I just think those of us who have really deep and altruistic motives behind our dreams can, see them come true.
Well, it's kind of like that quote. I don't know exactly what the quote is, but it's, if your why is strong enough, you can endure it anyhow. And what's interesting about it is the why behind this podcast is what Meg said is We want to do as much good as we can to as many people as we can, and that's our why behind it. And so even when these little girls don't nap, even when they're in this podcast episode, and you might not even be able to hear it that well because of their little whimpers and whatnot.
You would actually be amazed at how many pitfalls we have, like...
have to overcome for this podcast.
Yes, every week, Elijah and I are like, why is this so challenging to get an episode up? It shouldn't be this hard, but it is. But
and we do it with twins. So
we do it with twins.
That.
But because it's attached to something deeper, it gives us more motivation.
It's really easy to actually do it.
And I think it helps you make your dreams come true.
Absolutely. And so that's what's really cool about it. And not saying that those individuals that did pursue professional athlete as their dream and their career and everything else,
super cool.
A lot of times individuals like that will then take their career after they're all finished and motivate and inspire others, or they'll coach or whatever it is. And so what's pretty cool about it is that it's like, we just want to encourage everybody, whatever your dream is, to make sure that you have a strong enough why behind it. Because what me and Meg have found is that if it's actually really cool, is we were actually going to bring this up, is we just watched the new movie Wonka.
It's so good.
It's incredible. Like, amazing movie, inspiring movie. It actually reminds me kind of how you feel about, like, The Greatest Showman.
Yes.
Like, it's just a
you
great,
watch it and you're
musical.
uplifted to, like, make your dreams come true.
Yeah.
But we love the example of Mr. Wonka.
Yeah, it's really cool because what he starts out with is just chocolate, right? And like, he just talks about how that's what's gonna make his fortune.
Yes.
By this time tomorrow, I'll make my fortune. And the movie kind of progresses. He ends up in this kind of a binding contract that he has to pay all this money, but then he makes friends that also are in binding contract that have to make all this money. And how many of them are there? Like five?
5 or 6.
5 or 6 of them. And they all work together to accomplish this beautiful dream of selling chocolate. But it becomes something so much more, and it becomes helping and inspiring and really just enlightening and motivating people in general.
Through chocolate.
Yeah. And it's beautiful. Like, it's a beautiful, beautiful film. And he's just this uplifting optimist who literally hits pitfall after pitfall after pitfall. And then, like, still moves forward regardless of what it was that he's faced.
And then he ends up making it big because he persevered. But what does it say at the end of the movie about the reason for selling chocolate?
Oh yeah, so he has one chocolate bar and his mom actually passed away from an illness, but he saved it from his last birthday. And she said that she would give him the secret ingredient to chocolate. And what it says on the chocolate bar, he finally opens it after he makes it with his friends, and it says, "There is no secret ingredient. The secret, or what matters, is like who you share it with," or something like that.
It's like the whole point. The thing that makes there is no secret to the chocolate. The secret is
who you share
it with.
Yeah, and so it was pretty cool because then all of a sudden, me and Meg even put it into perspective of our goals and dreams and why it's so important that we pursue them. It's like, we want to help as many people as possible. And I think that's the why for so many people in this world. And when it is, honestly, I think that's why, for example, like this movie, Wonka, is he was able to endure anyhow, you know?
I think that's cool. I think what's cool about it too is you can take a dream, you know, like making chocolate or, you know, manufacturing some product, but then turning it into into something that helps other people. And that's what I think is super cool about just examples of dreamers around us is, you know, like, you know, maybe initially their dream, you know, was to make that chocolate, but then they're able to take that dream and attach a deeper meaning to it and help other people by making chocolate. And I'm like, that's cool. Yeah. And that's how I want my dreams to be, where it's like, I don't just want to have a podcast, I want to have a podcast to help inspire and uplift other people.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes it meaningful.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually interesting too, is we wanted to bring up another movie that's also a big famous movie, and it's Avengers Endgame. And it's actually the villain of the movie.
Yes, and Elijah quotes this to me sometimes, and I think it's funny. What did it? What did?
So it's when he like Thanos does the snap,
He does the
and
snap.
everybody gets erased, right? Well, half the
Half the
population
people are
in the
gone.
universe, and he ends up in this like lake with his little girl Gamora, and she's like, "Is it done?" And he's like, "Yes." And she's like, "What did it cost?" And he says, "Everything." And what's pretty cool is like what we talked about is sometimes you can have the wrong goal. You can have the wrong dream, and you'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know when you actually have the wrong dream because you won't be at peace with yourself. You won't be at peace with what it is that you're trying to accomplish.
And you'll
or
have
what
to
you're trying
justify it
pursue.
over and over and lie to yourself to convince yourself
Yeah.
that this is your end goal and dream.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like the dramatic example of Thanos. He wanted to erase half of the population. Why that was his dream, I don't really know. And I hope none of yours are as drastic as that.
Well, his was like to do good to the rest of humanity.
But he got so warped.
Well, here's what's interesting. Like, no matter what it is, it cost him everything. He ended up having to kill his own daughter in order to accomplish this end goal, right?
Right.
And so that's what's kind of interesting about this. And what's interesting, even with our goals and aspirations, we look at some individuals that did pursue the pro athlete, the pro running, and at what cost? Everything. And some of them, their relationship with their spouse has suffered, their relationship with their family has suffered, some of them can't even have families. And that's what we're trying to really just help everybody understand is it should definitely take sacrifice, it should definitely take effort and perseverance, but it shouldn't cost you the things that are actually important in your life, the things that truly matter.
Right. So one of the truths I realized about life is you can persevere and make anything happen that you want to for good or for bad.
Yeah.
Right? And so when you're
prime examples are Hitler, Stalin,
Yes,
look at those,
they persevered.
horrible
and
examples.
they made huge things happen for the worse.
But they did.
But they did. And I think that was because of their perseverance. And so what we're trying to say is when you're deciding what your dreams are, I think one of the surest ways to know you're on the right course for your life is to take it up with God. Pray to Him and ask Him to help guide you in creating these dreams. Mm-hmm. And He'll answer you.
Yeah, Norman
And then you can know you're on the right path.
Yeah. Norman Vincent Peale even says it. He's like, you need to partner with God, and God will tell you exactly what it is that you need to be doing. Because at the end of the day, the only person that knows us better than ourselves is God, right? And so He's going to direct us to what it is that we are meant to accomplish. And what's so cool about that understanding is He will put you in the right path to do what it is that you are meant to do. Even if you didn't think originally you wanted to do that, you were even interested in that, and then all of a sudden it becomes your greatest passion because He knows you better than you know yourself. So if you're struggling to figure out what it is that your dream is, take it up with the Lord and He'll tell you exactly what it needs to be.
And then you can have the reassurance that you're on the right path. And
you'll have complete peace.
And this is kind of a tangent into something that I kind of discovered through everything I've learned from books and just my life experience. I think there's this question of how do I make my dreams come true? It's one thing to dream, but how do you make them come true?
Yeah.
And what I've come to understand is there's two things I think that are the recipe to making your dreams a reality. One is faith, and two is perseverance. So that you never...
Persistence.
Oh yeah, persistence, perseverance. So you never give up and you always keep believing, kind of like the Cinderella song. And then two, you persist and you persist and you persist. And there is story after story after story in all of the great of greats that talk about their perseverance. And none of them quit, and they ended up all making it to the top and finding that success and accomplishing what they set out to do.
Well, it's interesting because you can even look back at a million different authors. There's a book called Johnny Livingston Seagull. He was rejected, I think, 31 or 32 times before he was actually published, and then it became such a huge success. It's a great book. You should read it. It actually talks about a seagull who accomplishes the impossible because he had a dream of flying faster than any seagull. Well, any bird in general. Anyways, pretty cool. But it's cool too because one of my favorite authors, Og Mandino, he has the quote that says, "Persist until you succeed," and that's really what it comes down to. It's having the faith and the belief in yourself and in what you're striving to accomplish, but then persisting until you accomplish it, because eventually it will happen. And that's what's so incredible about it. The last thing that we actually wanted to bring up was never do anything that you hate. And that's this understanding that you shouldn't be doing something, honestly, that is taking away from who you truly are. And that could be in a very grand sense, in being with a corporation or a company that goes against everything that you believe in, goes against your character traits, your values, what you hold dear. For example, if a company that you're working for isn't honest or isn't people of integrity, then you shouldn't be doing that, because eventually that'll just eat away at your conscience. It'll eat away at your character. But also, it goes even to a very larger sense that you shouldn't do anything that you don't really, truly enjoy. Now, I'm not talking about if you're at a job that you have to get up early, or that...
Dreams are going to take work.
Yeah, they're going to take work.
And there's not every part of it that's going to be glamour, you know?
And that's what we're even talking about with this podcast. For example, we have to take all of these videos and audios, and then we have to edit them and re-edit them and work through them. And I don't enjoy that 100% of the time, but what I do enjoy is our podcast itself. We enjoy this part of it, where we can sit down, the two of us or the four of us, and really just speak about the ideas and concepts that we have held dear and that we are striving to implement in our own lives. But there's all the behind the scenes. So I'm not talking about hating parts of your job.
That's probably just inevitable.
You're going to end up having to do that. Like,
no one likes
I don't enjoy doing laundry all the time.
I was going to say, no one likes to do the dishes every single day. But that's just part of it.
But that's just part of it.
You have to work.
But the real example is doing something that literally is eating away at you. Something that you truly hate. And don't do it. It's just like a simple fact that you should never do something that you hate.
No.
Yeah. So there's actually the one quote that talks, it's from Tolstoy, and this really puts in perspective what it is that I think is everybody's dream, so to speak. And he says, a quiet, secluded life in the country with the possibility of being useful to people to whom it is easy to do good and who are not accustomed to have it done to them. Then work, which one hopes may be of some use. Then rest, nature, books, music, love for one's neighbor. Such is my idea of happiness. And I think that, in short, encompasses a lot of what we are all striving to accomplish. To be able to do work that is of use to other people, to do good to your neighbor, to love your neighbor, to read from the best books, to listen to the best music, to enjoy the outdoors. I mean, I think that encompasses a lot of what we're striving to accomplish.
I think so too. I think the message that we're trying to share in this podcast is we encourage each of you to, one, take the time to figure out what your dream is. And I think that's kind of an underrated aspect of life. I think everyone thinks that sometimes you're just born with your dreams and that it doesn't take discovery or trial and error. But I think it's okay that you have to work to figure out what your dreams are.
What you enjoy, what you love.
So one is you decide to go through that discovery of figuring out what you truly want. I think if you interlace it with that idea of, putting meaning behind it, maybe not just having money to have money, but maybe you want to have a lot of money to help other people.
Make a difference.
And how are you going to get that money? Okay, well, maybe your dream is to sell chocolate. Maybe your dream is to be a dentist. Whatever it is, put that deeper meaning with it. And then two, if you have faith and you choose to persevere, I guarantee your dream will come true. And it's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. So I think that's a good place to end. So pursue your dreams.
Always.
Figure out what they are and then pursue them. Now, until next time, we really appreciate you listening in. Share this with others, subscribe, do all the good things. Meg will tell you in the end. So
yes, I will. So that we can keep living our dream.
That's right. All right, guys. Until next time. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.